saying that the Pelicans might trade Zion for the right price, but then also Rick Bruker leaked some information. I'll see if I can put it on the screen. Sometime he'd be tripping. But let's talk about it. You got the NBA Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop video. So Rick Bruker basically said that Zion is like Zion don't want to work on his game. You know, he don't want to work on a pull-up jumper. He don't want to work on a floater, his jump shot, and kind of like using Blake Griffin in Detroit, how Blake Griffin transformed his game to shoot threes and do other things, and that Zion is refusing to make that transition. I mean, you have so many problems with Zion. Just think about that for a minute. For one, he didn't want to be here, and how that manifested into him not being able to stay on the court, which that's manifested to him becoming a problem and a distraction off the court, and that's all drove his value down. At the end of the day, if a guy don't want to be here, guess what? Cut bait with him. It's simple as that. You can't have a fruitful organization, no matter how big in stature or how small in market or organization is. You're not going to be successful with somebody who don't want to be on the team, who don't want to be a part of it. And now what you've done now is you done drove his value, especially with the off the court shenanigans. His value then drove down and plummeted. He really has no value. So now what do they say? Well, you know, we're going to just try to, hopefully he stay healthy again. What's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again and getting the same results. And not only with Zion Williamson, it's with Brandon Ingram. He can't stay healthy. You know, this is the most youngest, unhealthiest, or youngest injury prone shit that you ever seen in your life. It's crazy, man. These dudes are young and injured all the time. You know, you don't know if it's lack of, strength and conditioning, lack of activity, or whatever the situation may be. You just don't know what it is. But with Zion, I mean, shit, he don't want to be there. You can't force nobody to want to be there. All that's going to do is take the morale down. Now, can I believe this report that he really don't want to expand his game and really don't want to, do better? Absolutely. He don't want to be there. And the support system, from the outside looking in, it look like they suck too. Probably, finessing him for all his money and all types of shit. So it don't surprise me, and I can believe it. In New Orleans, soon as if he ever get healthy and he have a nice little stretch, they'd be smart to get rid of that ass. They would be smart to get rid of him as soon as possible. They'd be smart to get rid of him as soon as possible. Soon as his stock started to kind of rise up a little bit, get rid of his ass. This dude is a straight clown. I hate to say it, dog. Straight clown. He got an opportunity to go down as one of the greats. He physically don't want to do what it takes. Then he becomes a distraction off the court. And it's so hard to get guys to his potential and his caliber that New Orleans is basically he got New Orleans by the balls. Then it's like, well, I mentally hasn't recovered from a hamstring injury. Dude, that dude don't want to be there. They need to say themselves to Greif. You're not going to get equal. You might end up getting better compensation for Zion because he may not go on to ever be shit. When somebody don't want to be there, man, it's hard to change their mind. Like Isaiah Thomas didn't want to get drafted by Detroit. He wanted to go back home to Chicago. But, it ended up being one of the best decisions and the best things that happened to him. But at some point, Zion has to develop those skills if he gonna last, because he ain't gonna be able to jump over people, no matter how young and healthy or how healthy you are. You ain't gonna be able to run and jump over people. That's why Blake Griffin had to change his game. Had to be able to, facilitate and be able to handle the rock and do step back three-pointers. He couldn't jump and dunk on everybody like he used to. So why not start developing those skills before some of your motor skills or some of your athleticism, start to rot? Why not start developing that right now? They can't get him to be more nutritious. They can't control what he do off the court. You can't get him to work harder. Like, you just hopefully it'll click. And when it click, it's gonna be too late. Now, if you wonder what if he was in New York where he wanted to be at, would this be an issue? And if it was an issue, they would run him the fuck up out of town. He would be ran out of town if it was an issue. Let's keep it a bean. But nothing to surprise me. He just simply don't want to be there. And old school parents would have told him, you put your best foot forward and give the effort that you need to give, and everything else will fall in place. These new school, people, his people, they basically saying he don't want to be here neither. And we want to go back to this, that, and we want to do this, and it's like this dude had so many opportunities and broke so many doors and barriers down for generational wealth, and now what? Instead of working on this game, working on this nutrition, this dude having fantasy sex with porn stars. Not even the top 3% of porn stars. That's why, it's important to have a strong community around a young person. And his community is really surrounded by nothing. It's just an open pasture. And his career gonna end. He gonna be injured. Gonna be, what if he would have stayed in shape? What if he would have went to the Knicks when it was where he wanted to go to? And if they were smart, they'd get rid of that motherfucker right now. Or they wait till he started rolling and look good next season, like he on track to be an all-star, and trade him before he get injured. That'd be their best bet. For real, that'd be their best bet. But it is what it is. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop video. Financially, want to support the channel. Cash App, $CJ Good 313. Venmo, CJ Good 313. PayPal link in the description. The link tree. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Check out my new channel right here on YouTube. The link's in the description, and it's also in the link tree. Peace.